From Interior Alaska's most trusted news source, this is the Fbx Evening News Weekend Edition.
Good evening and welcome to our Saturday edition of the Fbx Evening News. I'm Katie Looper. Our top story tonight, the search continues for a Huslia man last seen Monday. According to family members, Alvin Dayton has been missing since Monday after he went to collect wood on his snow machine. Family members say they believe he fell through the ice on the Koyukuk River. Village public safety officers have been assisting in the search this week as well. Tribal administrators in Huslia are asking for the public's assistance in the search. They say they need drivers to aid in the efforts.
The men are just asking for as much manpower as possible. Any villages or people wanting to come over, we welcome. There are there's 2 men from Shunnak, 5 men from Kobuk, 3 men from Nolado, 9 from Hughes, 8 from Allakaket, 1 from Galena.
The Salvation Army of Fairbanks is gearing up for the holidays and kicked off its fundraising campaign this weekend. Monty Bone has the story.
Today was Red Kettle Kickoff Day. That kettle has been a symbol of Christmas in the United States since 1891. The bell ringers will be asking for donations in Fairbanks and North Pole. Corps Officer Major Joe Murray said they used the money during the winter for a number of services.
In Fairbanks and every corps that I could think of, the bell ringing is a major fundraiser for the Salvation Army. We're able to reach out to families that are in need for clothing and food, and different housing, rental. There's a lot of other types of services that we do depending on what the needs are.
Some of the funding is for ongoing programs.
Our after-school program, we have men and women's programs, and all of the programs, the income from the kettles helps us either directly or indirectly.
The bell ringing campaign started today, but they are always looking for volunteers.
We will be ringing next week on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday, as well as Saturday. And it will go until Christmas Eve. We ring just part of the day on Christmas Eve.
There are many different groups that sign up to help ring the bells.
Rotary and Kiwanis are Optimist. Some of the Lions Clubs gets it on the act. We have sometimes we would have 4-H. We would have other interest groups. Some churches in the community I know volunteer.
The kettle tradition was started in the late 1800s by a boat captain in San Francisco who used a crab pot to take donations to feed people on Christmas Day.
So he did that, and they added a bell to attract attention, and people would put money in the pot, and he was successful in actually being able to feed a large crowd during that Christmas.
People wanting more information about the Salvation Army in Fairbanks can call 452-3103. This is Monty Bowen reporting.
When we come back, the Girl Scouts learned a lot of new things today with the help of jelly beans and cookies. We'll have the details. Also, this Sunday at Pioneer Park, we'll be hosting the 2nd annual Swap-A-Rama. Those stories and more when we return. Stay with us. Welcome back. Using jelly beans and cookies, the Fairbanks Girl Scouts learned all about natural resources and science today. Here's more in this report. It takes a lot of time and dedication to be a Girl Scout, especially when it comes to earning badges. But according to a few Girl Scouts, it's a rewarding experience that's worth it.
You get a badge and then you put it on your vest and then you get to show everybody.
I'm addicted to patches. I love having patches on my vest.
About 100 Girl Scouts were present today, and they all had vests or sashes of some kind.
Badge is what goes on the front. That's what you've learned enough about to teach someone else about. So when you see a Girl Scout and they've got badges on the front of their vest, you know that that Girl Scout can tell you a lot about that topic.
Alaska Resource Education is a nonprofit organization based in Anchorage that travels all over the state to teach students about natural resources in Alaska.
We just created last year a patch series or a badge series that teaches about natural resources. So we have a minerals badge, badge, an energy badge, a forestry badge, and if they earn each one of those, then they can earn an overarching natural resource badge. We learn about resources in the state and what they are and how we get them and what we use them for.
In order to get the girls excited about science, they used food as a teaching tool.
Today we're gonna be learning about rocks, and what we did, we went through in like a chocolate chip cookie. We got all the chocolate chips out. We also used the fork and a spoon and a toothpick as our tools. And then the frosting was like dirt, so we had to dig. And then the sprinkles were grass.
They wanted the girls to see with inquisitive eyes, experiment, and explore a wider range of subjects that could lead them into a future career.
Well, I think a lot of people think that Girl Scouts is about sewing and learning crafts and learning about friendship, which it is, don't get me wrong, but there's a lot of opportunities like this to learn about, to get into the sciences, to get into other community service projects. There's a lot that it takes to be a Girl Scout and a lot that goes into a Girl Scouting career.
Elizabeth Vincent has been a Girl Scout for 11 years. She'll be graduating soon, and her goal is to become a physical therapist.
Especially in high school, it helped that I have badges that will help with my future, especially with technology, cooking. My little sister and I were addicted to just stuff that deals with science. I know this is my last year, and I'm just sad about it because I love being a Girl Scout, and I'll hopefully be a leader when I'm done with this.
After completing today, the girls can proudly wear their natural resource badge. Reporting from the Girl Scout building, this is Katie Looper. Swap-A-Rama is happening at Pioneer Park on Sunday. Need a good reason to clean out your closet? Bring your items into the second annual clothing swap put on by Green Star. Folks are asked to drop off gently used clothing, shoes, and accessories, and then volunteers will sort them out. The swap will start at 2 p.m., and for $10, shoppers can take all the clothing they want that fits in a single bag. The charity will have a variety of vendors, demos, and prizes. All the profits will support Green Star of Interior Alaska and the Fairbanks Resource Agency.
So this is our second annual Swap-A-Rama. It is our annual fundraiser for Green Star. So we're asking for a $10 contribution to participate. Bring us your good quality clothing. We're not looking for anything that has holes or rips or stains. So drop off is 10 a.m. to noon, and that's at Pioneer Park Civic Center. And then we have volunteers that will sort it out by size and variety.
It's time once again for another look at one of the 21 agencies that make up the United Way of the Tanana Valley. Tonight we spotlight the work of the Midnight Sun Council of the Boy Scouts of America. Here's Mike Schultz.
Scouting came to the United States in 1910 and arrived in the interior in 1912 with the formation of the Husky Patrol. In 1960, the Midnight Sun Council was established. Tasman Stebbins is the current acting Scout executive, with the new executive director scheduled to arrive the 1st of December. I asked Tasman, as one of the 21 agencies under the umbrella of the United Way, what kind of assistance do the Boy Scouts receive?
So the United Way helps with 6% of our operating budget. They also give us grants in addition to that. The last grant helped purchase our Learning for Life substance abuse prevention program for about 40 schools. They also give us a way to partner with the other agencies. Every agency does something different, but there's lots of opportunities for us to partner and help with each other.
I then asked her what makes her most proud of working with the Midnight Sun Boy Scout Council.
We serve over 9,800 youth, and we only have 7 employees. And the only way that that's possible is through our volunteers. We have over 700 volunteers in our council, and just everybody doing their part helps us to serve all those kids.
During her 15 years with the Boy Scouts, what is the most fulfilling moment that she can remember?
A moment is difficult, but I would have to say that community service, I don't think that Fairbanks could survive without community service. And so anytime that we are responsible for helping community service in our area, it makes me very excited to be a part of something like this. Also, Eagle Scout projects. I think that through our 700 volunteers, the most important part about their job is to then establish that value of giving back to these kids, having these kids help in their community.
Remember, the United Way campaign continues until early next year, so there's plenty of time left for you to donate. Mike Schultz reporting.
Joe Cook is up next with sports and has highlights from an exciting overtime hockey game. And a lot more after the break.
Hello, Interior sports fans. Joe Cook here, filling in for Mike Fussell, who's on vacation. Let's get to some local weekend sports. Friday night, the Fairbanks Ice Dogs and Cooley Region Chill faced off for Game 1 of the final home series for Fairbanks this year. But there was no chill in this one. The Ice Dogs looking to stop a 2-game skid, but it was a 2-2 game in the second period until Caden Cahill's go-ahead goal at the 12:27 mark off of a face-off. It bounces over Hunter Vorva. 3-2 Dogs. Vorva had 34 saves, but they bring in Matisse Klaviniaks. Cooley tied it with an Aussie Miller tally courtesy of former Ice Dog Caleb Schroyer to end the period. Then with 3:16 left in regulation, Dominic Florian put the Chill ahead with his second goal of the game. He had 4 points for the Chill, but with 46 seconds left, Fairbanks went into desperation mode, and Tyler Tomberlin's sizzling one-timer from Burgess forces overtime as the fans went wild. 3-on-3 hockey in OT, and after a bat bounce, Florian finds Mike Wilson on the breakaway, and he buries the game winner past CJ Booth. The Chill win 5-4, handing Fairbanks their third straight loss and second OT loss of the year.
On that break, it was kind of just like one of those fluke things. They went for a change, and then I was lucky enough to be heading up the ice, and Dom gave me a great pass. And like you said, it was just a lucky goal, and got us a W. So
put ourselves in a good position. We had a couple good looks in overtime, and they buried and we didn't. You know, we're just not doing the little things that we did well during our stretch of success, and we need to get back to, you know, figuring out what it was that made us successful. And once we identify it, we just have to do it, and we'll be fine.
UAF men's basketball head coach Mick Durham was all smiles heading into today's game. His team won 81-73 over Cal State Dominguez Hills Friday night in their AT&T Jamboree opener. Alaska improved to 3-0 for the first time under Durham. Today, they put that win streak on the line against Life Pacific College in their Jamboree finale. They won 90-75. Alaska forced 27 turnovers in the win. Trevante Williams, he scored a game-high 18 points on 7 for 10 shooting, leading 5 other Nanooks in double figures. Alaska is now 4-0, their first 4-game win streak in 2 years, and their best start since the 2006-2007 season. Thanksgiving weekend, they'll be in Montana for the MSUB tournament. We go back to the ice for today's high school hockey action. Let's go to the Patty Ice Arena where the Lathrop Malamutes hosted the Chugiak Mustangs this morning. Both teams are coming off Friday night losses, but Lathrop's Colin King, he will pour the salt in the wound of the Mustangs with his rebound goal to give the Mutes a 1-0 lead. It was tied 1-1 going into the second period. The Mustangs, they went on a 3-0 run to gain separation with goals from Caden Yaki and John Hammer, who had 2 goals and 2 assists for Chugiak. The Malamutes made it interesting with the Steven Trujillo goal to make it a 2-4 game in the third, but it wasn't enough. Chugiak, they add 4 more to the scoreboard, and they win big. 8-2 is the final. At noon in North Pole, the Patriots went up against South Anchorage at the Polar Ice Center. The Wolverines scored first on a Peyton McSherry redirect shot in the first period. They went up 3-0 at one point. However, North Pole would respond. This power play goal comes from the captain, Dylan Latham, Cody Frary, and Darren Donovan with the assists. It's 2-3 South. McCoy Walker, he made some stops for the Patriots as well as they tried to keep South at bay. The Wolverines, they kept their claws sharp in this one. Ben Trujillo is at the right place at the right time for the putback goal to give South a 4-2 advantage after 2 periods. North Pole falls to South 8-4. And with all the snow in Fairbanks, local skiers are taking advantage. Today was the season opener for high school cross-country skiing and the 20th Ken Ross Fort Knox Town Series races. There were middle school and JV skiers out on the Birch Hill trails this afternoon. The high school races were combined with adults. The Valdez ski team was in attendance as well. The men went on a 7.5K course, and it was highly competitive. Ty Donaldson, he led for a majority of the race, but teammate Ben Koenig took over in the final mile for the win. Logan Murray was third for Lathrop. Max Kaufman was the first man to finish. In the girls' 5K race, West Valley's Jenna DeFalco led from start to finish. In the pack, they took the top 3 spots in this one. Melissa Lewis was the first woman to finish. The Wolfpack, they start the year with a sweep, and DeFalco was able to accomplish a career first.
It was really fun. I don't think I've ever started at a race and been in the lead the entire time, so that was different. It was kind of hard at the beginning. I was like, I don't know how fast to go because I have no one to pace off of. But it was really fun, and the snow wasn't a big problem at all.
I was definitely pretty nervous. Ty is a super strong skier. On Wiper Access, I was definitely getting nervous about the sprint, but I got to pull ahead, and he luckily stayed with me too, so that was good.
And that'll do it for sports tonight. Katie Looper is up next with your full weather forecast, and we'll catch you next time.
Welcome back. So lots of snow out there today.
Yeah, it was pretty consistent throughout the day. I was up this morning, covering hockey, and this afternoon up at Birch Hill, and it was kind of like a consistent drizzle, not too heavy, but good amount of snow coming down. So, but I know all the skiers had a great time out there.
Yeah, I heard Skiland's going to be opening up soon with new owners.
Yeah. Oh, that's going to be nice.
Yeah, so let's take a look at the weather for today, starting with our almanac. Today's high, 23. Today's low, 9 below. Record high got up to 41 in 1947. Record low, 38 below in 2011. Our sun rose at 9:48 this morning. Sunset, 3:27 this afternoon. Our daylight equals 5 hours and 40 minutes, and that's a loss of 7 minutes from yesterday. Now, temperatures around the state today, rain showers in Juneau and Ketchikan, temperatures around the low 40s. As for Anchorage, partly sunny skies around 30 degrees. Snow showers in Kodiak at 32, but on our west side of the state, we can see partly sunny skies in Nome around 8 degrees. Up there in Barrow, cloudy skies 6 below, and in Fairbanks, partly sunny skies around 23. All right, for our lower 48 weather, we can see partly sunny skies in Seattle, temperatures around 50. As we move on down south, Las Vegas, Phoenix region, sunny skies for them as well, temperatures around 82 in Phoenix. That's nice. And on our east side, New Orleans is sunny at 67, rain showers in Miami at 83. Up there in New York, temperatures around 50 degrees with partly sunny skies. For early next week, we can expect snow in the northwest and rain as we move on down south. Milder weather for the Midwest, cooler on our east side, and cold snow showers in the northeast New York area. Now back in Alaska, cloudy in Barrow and Nome, scattered snow showers for Fort Yukon. Temperatures around 10 to 15 for Fort Yukon and Nome, and 5 below in Barrow. For the interior area, scattered snow showers across the region, temperatures ranging from about 10 to 20 degrees. And on our southeast side, rain and snow in Juneau, rain for Ketchikan as well, and temperatures between the mid-30s to 40s for them. And on our west side of the state, mixed rain and snow at Kodiak, cloudy in Cold Bay and Bethel. Temperatures around 40 for Cold Bay and Kodiak and 20 for Bethel. And lastly, for our south central region, snow likely for Anchorage and Homer, and mostly cloudy in Valdez. Temperatures around the mid to lower 20s for Anchorage and Valdez, and mid-30s for Homer. All right, for tonight's forecast, temperatures around 15, periods of snow, possible 2 inches of accumulation. And for tomorrow, temperatures about the same, 17, and scattered snow showers are continuing. And then lastly, for our extended outlook, we can see some snow showers on Monday, but temperatures are going to dramatically increase to about 30, and then 15 to 20 for our nightly temperatures. So it looks like it's going to be a nice, warm Thanksgiving.
Yeah, we got to enjoy it, folks. Quickly, Katie, what's your favorite thing to eat at Thanksgiving?
Mashed potatoes. What about you?
Sweet potato pie.
Ooh, good choice.
Got to have it.
All right, well, that'll wrap up this Saturday edition of the Fairbanks Evening News. We're glad you could join us.
You can join us here 6 days a week at 6 and 11, or online anytime at webster11.com.
From all of us here at the News Center, have a good night.